Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Kelly Lee. I talk about everything witchcraft and spirituality that I do in my everyday life here in Kentucky, as well as aromatherapy, herbalism, and of course tarot. Tarot more often than not because it is such a big part of my life and my spiritual practice. Today is actually a VR to Mary Grace Ferron and her 13 real tarot questions. I am very excited to do this. I've watched a couple videos of other people who have answered these questions, and I love learning about people and I love hearing what they have to say about it. And if my kitty cat comes into frame, this is Cleo. She loves to be on my desk when I am working, so so we will just jump right in. What does tarot mean to you? Tarot is connection. Tarot is a pathway. Tarot means a lot to me. Tarot got me through some of the darkest times in my past life. Tarot helps me connect with people. Tarot helps make things easier to understand. I love going back to the connection, I love the connection I get when I read for clients face to face and we have that conversation and we have that connection and I learn about them and we have, that flow, that back and forth, and hopefully I help them in some way with the cards that I love because they have helped me and continue to help me every single day. Do I read for others? I do. I have been a professional tarot reader for quite some time now, though it is like word of mouth, like festivals and, things where I can set up a booth. Though, sneak peek, I am working on my actual website to launch into the sphere of online tarot reading. So I am working on that website as we speak. And I hopefully will have it launched by the beginning of December, which that is only like less than a week away, just like a few days away as of right now. So hopefully I will have that launched here soon and I can start taking online requests as well. Do I read for myself? I do. I do daily tarot pulls. I do weekly pulls. If I am contemplating something or I need help working through something, I will have a conversation with my tarot deck and just pull cards and see what comes up and see what happens. I usually won't do like big in-depth readings for myself. It's more so just like 2, 3, 4 cards, like at a time. Because I do, even though I've been reading cards for so long, I do still struggle with the apprehension of, am I reading and am I seeing what I want to see? And so sometimes I have to limit myself because I can feel myself kind of second guessing. And so I do try to keep it as simple as possible when reading for myself. What kind of readings do? I do any and all. There is another question down here of what questions do I never ask. That kind of goes into this, but I typically do not do spreads though. I am very intuitive and I intuitively lay down as many cards as I feel like I need to lay down. So I don't adhere to spreads 99% of the time. Sometimes I will if, say, the client has specifically asked for a spread to be used, but otherwise I just go with the flow, baby. What do I typically consult tarot for? For myself, I consult tarot for overall themes, like themes of the day, themes of the week. I read for my pets sometimes, for my dogs and my cats. I will read about, the weather. I'll read about, so it's kind of any and all, but really for myself specifically, it's a general overall theme. How do you classify yourself as a reader? I do classify myself more as an intuitive reader, as I've said, because I do really just, like I said before, I go with the flow. I lay out as many cards as I feel I need to. I'm a very empathetic person, so I do like to connect people, and so I trust my feelings, I trust my gut, I go with what my intuition is telling me to do, and that is from the beginning to end of a client reading. What questions do I ask the tarot? Like I said, general overall themes. I will ask questions about my pets, how they're doing. I will ask questions about, just like a general theme of a situation. I will sometimes ask how a friend is doing. I will sometimes, just if I'm watching a TV show or a movie, I'll sometimes shuffle the cards and see what pops out and see if it aligns with what is going on with the movie. That's always very fun. Yeah. What questions do I never ask? So even in client readings, I do not do medical or health questions, just because I don't want to influence someone in a certain way about a medical issue. I would always want them to go with their doctor or their holistic practitioner, whoever they are talking to. I would want them to go with them instead of what my cards may say. I just don't feel comfortable answering medical or health related questions. Who do you think you're engaging with when you read tarot? So I like this one. I really like this question. So whenever I read tarot, I feel like I am connecting to two things. Number one, I'm connecting with my most inner base self, but I'm also connecting with the overall universe as a whole. Myself first and the universe second. And when I say myself, it's because the tarot helps me to really look deep, to really connect, to really acknowledge things, to really take the time and to trust myself. But with overall themes, the universe also has helped me to be able to do that. So I think when I read the tarot, that is what I'm connecting with most, myself and the actual universe and whatever mystical being or beings are out there, that you subscribe to. That's who I believe I'm connecting with. What knowledge do I apply to tarot? So I did, for a brief stint of time, I was in college, and my major was psychology, and even though I did not graduate college, I do not have a psychology degree, I do still read psychology books. I will try to impart that knowledge into, with like certain cards. I do tamper little here and there with astrology. We all know my love-hate relationship with astrology. But also it's just me. Like, I don't, I would love to say that I'm like, I know numerology and I know all of astrology. I can tell you my card is the Emperor based on my sign. But that's about it. So I don't subscribe a lot of outside knowledge in there. Where else in my life do I see tarot? I see tarot everywhere. When I am having a conversation with someone and they are acting a certain way, I can be like, oh, well, that's very, very, King of Swords, or it's a very Four of Pentacles, like way of looking at things. I always have a tarot deck with me. Like right now, my bag is right down here, and I actually have in there my mini Morgan Greer tarot. So I always have tarot with me. I'm always watching Tarot Tube. I'm always thinking about tarot, looking for new tarot decks to buy. Tarot and Oracle are woven so deep into my life. How do you experience when tarot predicts the future? I don't think I fully wrote out this question when I was watching the video, but what is my experience whenever tarot predicts the future? Do I think that tarot never predicts the future? No. Do I think that tarot is a 100% future predictor? No. I believe that tarot is more for guidance and what is happening right now in your everyday life, to help you make decisions, to help you think things through, to help you, figure out what you need to do to move forward in your life. Has it sometimes predicted or pointed to things? Yes. When that happens, unless it is very pertinent to the question or the conversation that I'm having with the client, I tend to not talk about it. I just keep that in the back of my mind, and if it is a repeat client and then we are talking about where they've been at, since the last reading, and if that comes up and it was proven to be correct, then that is just, something for me to know. But unless it is very pertinent to what we are currently talking about, I don't ever typically bring it up. If I have a magical practice, how does tarot fit into it? Tarot infiltrates every part of my practice. I love just shuffling cards. 90% of the time, most of my rituals will include a tarot or an oracle card or some combination of both. I shuffle cards every single day. I read cards every single day. It's something that helps me feel a lot more connected and just like tuned in to my spirituality. That is one of the main tools that I use to stay connected. And it has been one of the greatest loves of my life. And it will always be. I don't ever see a time where tarot is not a part of my life. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So, those were the 13 real tarot questions. I hope you learned a little bit about me. I hope this maybe made you think about some things. Maybe it made you question some things. Maybe it made you go, I don't understand why she does that. But yeah, let me know down below what you think. Do all the things, like, subscribe, what have you. And I will see you next time.